Hi guys. Welcome back. Hey, gosh, thanks for being here. Thanks for putting up with me yik-yakking and going on. I want to thank you for subscribing. I want to thank you for all of your kind comments. You guys just really make my day. I mean, I know that you can't see me and I can't see you, but I can feel you there and I feel your heart, and I hope you can feel mine and know that I care about all of you. I truly do. I just want the best for everyone. So anyway, let's not get too mushy, but if you've been following me, you know that this is has been a work in progress, and we'll get into that in a minute. If you haven't been following me, thanks for joining me, and please subscribe. I appreciate that. I'm really trying to build up my channel, and I'm trying to learn what people like and what they don't like, I guess. Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Anyway, because I enjoy it. I enjoy having someone to talk to. Lucky you get to talk to me. Anyway, so yes, welcome. Thank you for being here. And without too much more carrying on, here is basically it was a collage when we started, and now it's becoming a book. You see all my little chip clips on here. Nothing is glued down, and I'm going to deconstruct it here in a minute and show you what my plan is. But for the most part, if I open it up, this will be the inside. I love this kind of fun fabric on the inside. It kind of works with these colors, I think, and I'm not sure about what the theme of the interior is going to be, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a little free and funky and you know, full, really full, because this is quite big. Where's my, yeah, see, it is, I guess I put my glasses on or I really can't see. So overall, yeah, it's almost, well, it's 7, yeah, for sure. 7 and oh my gosh, 6/8 almost. Yeah. And then width-wise, it's so big, it's hard for me to even hold it up and not smush it right in your face. So it's about 2.5 to 2 5/8. Then height-wise, yeah, see, so I can keep this in frame and still figure it out. You know, this lace is here and here. So if you were to measure it from the lace, obviously it's going to be like 10.5, but really the chipboard that's underneath is about 9, just 9 5/8, I guess. So so it is kind of big. So what I did was tea-dyed a bunch of legal size paper, which I'm not sure if we talked about before, but let me open this up if I can find a center. Yeah, there we go. So in the US, I think it is, I'm guesstimating here, that's 12. What is that, 12? Is that, yeah, 13 3/4 by 8.5. So it's a nice size for a wider, chunkier journal. Same height as our standard, but the length gives us a little more width. And when in the last video I was talking about that, like, this is really, I've got this really deep, but this is going to work out really well. So there's that. Then next, what we'll do after I kind of deconstruct this and show you what's happening is tear up some papers and make some pages. These are music pages. Let me set this aside for a second so we can talk about paper. These are just some music pages that I used underneath when we were doing the texturing. So there's all kinds of color and splatters and bits and yuck and goo on here, but I think it'll help in the journal. And I'll throw a little tea dye on this and fold it up and tear it up, and it's going to be good. I have some of this paper, which is really crunchy and fun. It's a paper bag and it's really thick, but I love the gray in it. And, but it was a small bag, so I only have a couple of pages. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that, but we'll see, we'll give it a shot. Then I have just some regular old packing paper that you know, comes in, I guess Amazon. I used to get this in a lot of Amazon packages, but I haven't received much lately in whatever I've ordered. It's kind of just been nothing. So I don't know. I think you could probably purchase this somewhere, but I love the texture of it. I love the strength of it, and it really does create a nice effect in a journal. So there's more of it. And then this, actually I just grabbed some of it, and when I was dyeing which you kind of sort of saw on the spine, there's some of this on the spine. I'm flipping it everywhere. I just used some alcohol inks to kind of get a color that I wanted, and some water, and spritz it around. And then I used this and some of the tea-dyed paper to kind of blot it off, to take some of the really strong color out of it, to give it a little more diffused color. So obviously we'll put that in there, and maybe a little more. I have these fun rice paper, and I have had these for so darn many years. I forgot that I had them, because I did bookmaking way back in the day. I'm talking a long time ago. Yeah, probably 25 years ago. So I didn't even realize this was in with my watercolor paper. But anyway, so there's several sheets of this. I love the black in this. I don't know if I'm gonna actually use like a full sheet in the journal or not, because I think it would really be fun in collage, because I can't make these beautiful images. Beautiful Chinese writing. Look at these cool dots that, you know, I could do, but anyway. Then here is some handmade paper I've made a bazillion years ago. I think this one is kind of flecks with bugs in it, which I really wish I would have saved this, put this one in the entomology journal. I don't know if you can see this. I probably won't put it in this journal, but when we were making paper that particular day, there were all these little tiny gnats like flying around, and they ended up in the paper. So won't be using this one in this journal, because I'm hoping that someone, you know, purchases this one and, you know, will love it. And so I don't think they want, you know, gnats in their paper. Here's another piece, and this one is layered. It's pretty soft. It's really, really soft, but it has bits of paper inside of it that I just cut up and sprinkled in it. It's not super sturdy, so again, it may be used for you know, decorating, embellishing, rather than an actual sheet of paper in the journals, in the journal. So that, it's fun though, isn't it? The little bits of gold and silver and amber colors in there. This, yep, that's just a cool leftover piece of wrapping paper, tissue paper, gift tissue paper. This was just some mark making, and it has this purple swatch on it, so I don't know that I would use that, but might work. Another bit of that. And here we go. Here are the tea-dyed papers that I did over the weekend, and then again used this to kind of blot off the extra color. There's it pulled a lot of yellow. Some pages are much brighter than others. Some are a little more, you know, diffused, but still I think it keeps things kind of cohesive and will be kind of fun in the journal. Some pages are really dark, some pages are really light, but that's kind of how I tea dye, coffee dye. You know, some soak longer than others, some get a little extra in the oven, and some don't. And I don't iron my papers. I do them in the oven, then I kind of flatten them out, and then I just put weights on them and then fold them. I have some sheets of concordance, which I will tea dye to put in there. I love this. I know you can hear this really cool sound, but I love this paper so much. And I want to say it's parchment, but my mind is kind of at a blank right now. I don't know. But we will tea dye these, and I will probably put some gesso on it, both black and some white gesso. Yeah, but this paper, just so that it creates nice writing space. Yeah, I hate to change the integrity and sound of that because I think it's so cool. Then also some tracing paper. I did the same thing with this when I was trying to dye those. This one's pretty heavy, but we'll see. Might be kind of cool. Then I have some grid paper here. It's just from local business. I shouldn't put that on there, right? I don't know. No, this is from Wisconsin. Never mind. This is not local. This was from not around here. Anyway, so that's just for, it's a building. They build metal buildings, and I had a few sheets of that. Here is some beautiful rice paper. Really lovely, lovely, lovely rice paper. So we'll put that in, and probably some ledger paper, because this is pretty old. This is, I believe this is from when I had my business. It's single-sided with the ledger on it, or the ledger diagram on it. It's more of a checkbook kind of ledger thing. So, so that'll be kind of fun. Figure out how to lay that down. And then this, did we do music paper already? Yeah, we did. But I, always have extra, and I try to keep this down here so that the glare doesn't go back in the camera. So there's that. Now let me grab the journal again. This big old fatty journal. And like I said, I'm gonna deconstruct it so you can see how I put it together, and we'll talk about what we're gonna do. So on this spine, I have this, it's just a cotton. It's not a heavy cotton. It's fairly lightweight, so I may back this a little more. And then there is the lace that I dyed. So let's pop that off of there. And pop this off the bottom too. And the reason I think I will back this with a little more is because it's fairly thin. It's, like I say, just a cotton that I dyed. Excuse me. And it's a little thin, and we still have, this beautiful texture on the back, which I kind of hated to cover up, but I don't know. I like the look of it. You let me know what you think, if this is going completely the wrong direction or not. But probably by the time you respond, I'll have moved on. Anyway, I'll be stitching this on, and that. Well, I won't be stitching this on until we stitch the signatures in, but that will go on the sides. All of that, all on the spine with a little reinforcement. Then here on the front, this is just paper clipped on. I think what I'm going to do is, this is chipboard underneath, and I'm going to glue this to the chipboard, but I'm going to reinforce this a little bit right here. Oh, let's take that off. That was just there for a moment. I did glue this lace on this chipboard so I could get an idea of whether I like that or not, and then put this all around the edges. And I almost want just a little more black. It seems like it kind of goes to this creamy white a little bit much, but we'll see, because we may just do a little more distressing and dyeing on that. I stitched this little feather on here just for fun, and what I started to say was I want to reinforce this right in here so that you'll have a tuck right here. That's that. So then of course this is the inside, and I just love it. I just think it's really fun. It has a nice texture to it. It's a heavy fabric. I think it'll be great. And then there's the back. So that's that, and we'll probably do something else. You know, we'll probably do something else on the back. Maybe we could even have a little pocket or stash back here on the back. But there we go. So what I'm going to do is, excuse me, step away for a bit and go ahead and stitch this together. Yes, stitch this together and reinforce. We could reinforce this together, but it's really super duper simple. All I'm gonna do is use, again, more file folder and excuse me, put it underneath here and glue that down really solid so that it has a nice smooth slide into there for when you pull something in and out. And then if we were to do that on the back as well, it would be the same deal. So that's that. There we go. So I will head off to do that. I will get some paper, some more of these papers dyed and folded, and I'll be back. We got that. It was pretty messy, but I got it all painted and dried, and I did a couple extra pieces just in case I would need them. So I kind of stuck this in here, and I think this will work here, right, kind of tucked in here, sewn in here, and work well for a bit of a pocket. So this will be sealed along here, but there'll be a pocket right in here. I just didn't want that to stick out too much. I didn't want it to kind of crowd the feather up there, which who knows if that'll stay. I may take that back off of there, but anyway, that's that. I think that'll work all right. So now it's just a matter of stitching this all together. So that's what I will do. I'm also going to put a pocket in the back here. And just remember, if you can, I know that's challenging. If you can, that I'll be stitching this around, gluing it and stitching it around, but we won't be gluing the inside yet or stitching the inside yet, because of the signatures. We want to figure out how we want to do that. Do we want a hidden spine or do we want an exposed spine? It just depends. And the only reason I really have chipboard in here is just to make this a little bit stiffer. It's just with the file folder, I was expecting to just make, you know, kind of just an embellishment for a journal, and it turned out to be a journal. So there's that. So I'll sew that. Has its reinforcement. I have extra bits of painted gesso board. I have a few pages, oh sorry, that's loud. A few pages folded up and a few more to go. Here's that concordance, kind of crunchy and up. Oh, I added some piano roll. That will be okay. There's a piece of that. Still this Japanese beautiful writing, and I might even have it upside down, but I think it's supposed to have that little top like that. Hopefully that's right. Here's a piece of this. Of course, these will be antiqued. Let's add a few more pieces while we're gonna grab my stack. Sorry. Grab my stack from over here. Hope I'm in frame. Can you see that okay? So I'm still not sure about this. Let me tear that. Tear that. Let's see if we can get it down a little bit. Maybe a little more. Maybe just a little scotch bit more there. I guess I could tear some off the bottom as well. It's really loud, isn't it? Let's see how deep that is. Yeah, so... Oh my goodness, my hands are really dirty. Oh well, that's what happens when you play with inks and paints. It's all right. That means we're working. Well, it doesn't mean we're working. It means we're having fun, right? We're creating. We're being courageous. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, and maybe I'll just leave that squirt off at the bottom. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So I only have one more piece of this bag, and it's not quite as deep, but I will tear that and I will use that. A piece of this, which is really cool. There's a little bit extra there on the top. It's just, it probably won't stay there, but we'll leave it there. It's where it was glued into the actual tracing paper binder. Let's do it like that. Kind of, not sure. This might be kind of cool if we made this into, I think, maybe a bag. Yeah, so I'll just leave it in like that for now, because that's probably what we'll do with that, is make it into a little bit of a, or a double pocket. Maybe that's it. Something like that, maybe. Maybe, baby. The concordance that I have is still drying, that I did for, yeah, that I tea-dyed. It's still drying, and I just didn't want to mess with the oven today. So let me think. I don't know how many pages. I think I want 5 signatures. So this might be kind of cool. No, that needs to be darker behind it, I think. Maybe another piece of this, but this is boring for you. Oops. Yeah, I'm sorry this is boring for you. I'll try to get better at that. So I know there must be some kind of perforated edge here somewhere, but I'll be darned if I can see it. We'll just stick with one. Oh, and there it goes again, tearing it more. Good. Cool, that worked out really well. A little bit, needs a little more trimming down. Let's peel that little bit off right there. You know what? It's hard for me to kind of be random. So that's why I'm doing this. Because I struggle with just being random. And I really want to do that more. I want to be a little freer and not think quite as hard. Kind of hurts my brain a little bit sometimes. Yeah, not think so hard. Try and just play with the process and not be so serious and worry about if it's gonna be just right or not. How is that? Let's see. That's still a little too tall. Just a little too tall. So, yeah, see, the freedom makes it a little challenging when you're trying to teach, but I'm not really. I'm just really crafting and you're just hanging out with me. I can't really teach you anything that, you know, that you probably don't already know, or that someone hasn't already taught and done it very well. So it's just hanging out with me, and that I appreciate that so much. You know that. I've mentioned that a few times. Okay, that's better that way. And I'll probably fuss with that a little bit more. Okay, but that's a few. That was fun, huh? Set these aside. Toss those in my little scrap drawer. I have a dresser next to me on the right, and every little drawer has something in it. I have my laces in a drawer. I have my scrap paper in a drawer, and then after each project, I just clean it out. So this is a little bit wide, maybe not. Maybe a little. I'm not gonna worry about that either. I'm gonna grab my stack of tea-dyed paper. So how many to get here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. That one needs to be a little jaggedy. 7, 8, and I think that one's in the center. 9. Quite a bit. That's quite a bit because I thought it would have 8 sheets per. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. So that's all right. I'll have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 plain tea dyed. Mix that in. Slide that over out of my way. I think that will work really well. Like that. Like that. I think. We'll see. I'm just going to put it together and see what I think. Nothing's written in stone either. Nothing is written in stone. Let's skip that one and that one. Put in there. And that still gives us that. I did a fold on that music paper up, and I'm sure I'm gonna have to reinforce that a bit. And then it's gonna need gesso on some of those pages. And that is a little bit fine for the outside of the signature. So what else should we put in there? Let me think about it for about 2 seconds. Maybe one more sheet of this. There, that worked. And then I'll probably scruff up these edges a bit. Let's lift this up. Bring it back over here. Pile that in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the 5th one. It's gonna be a lot. Oops. Oh, oops. It's gonna be a lot fatter than that once all these signatures have the extra in them. And we may end up with more because we have plenty of room in that 2.5 inch spine. So that's pretty cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna stitch that up. I will put the papers together. You don't have to suffer through that with me. Keep in mind that there's going to be hopefully more decorations in here, some envelopes probably, and plenty of tags, but for the most part, I want to keep this for journaling. Not so many embellishments. Maybe just a few here and there. Yep, that's what I want. That's what I'm hoping for. That's my goal. Instead of going over the top like I usually do. There you go. Okay, well, thank you so much. And I hope that you have a really blessed day. I hope that hanging out with me here and crafting was fun and not crazy, but hopefully it was. You got to see a few little things, and yeah, and we'll do it again. We'll do it again. I'm sorry, I think I'm a little bit tired today. It was kind of a crazy weekend. And I forget, that this is your Tuesday and it's my Monday because of our weird, funny schedule. But yeah, it was a busy weekend, so I think I'm a little tired. So I apologize for that. But anyway, I guess I kind of was out of frame a little bit. I'm standing up and looking down. But I will work on that, and then we will be back and we'll have some fun. Thank you. Okay, there we are. We have it sewn together. Well, not sewn together, but partially sewn and almost ready to put together, but not going to attach everything until we get the signatures in, most likely. That's kind of my plan. So here we go. I have to take my little chip clips off of here. There we go. And then it goes like this. So this is a little funky right here. I was trying to make it a little more raggedy, rough and tumble. So I'll probably be doing some distressing along here, possibly some stamping back here, or a book plate or something like that. I could even put the book plate up here. There's a lot of different things we could do with that, and I have some other book plates too that are just a little don't have all this fancy stuff on it. So then on the inside, I still have threads hanging everywhere, and I did clip most of them off. But on the inside is this. There's 2 pockets right here, and kind of a little tuck here. I'm gonna embellish this more. But primarily I just did that so that it was all stitched together on here. But it's not stuck on there yet. So there we go. What else, huh? What else? I think we pretty much have it. We can do a lot more with it or leave it as it is. We'll just have to see. If you have some suggestions, just give me a shout out and let me know what you think, okay? Thank you everyone for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go and fold up the rest of the signatures, put papers together, and we will, I will do another video after that, but I want to get this one up because, yeah, I want you to be able to see it. So God bless you. Thank you for subscribing, and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I love you guys. God bless you. Bye.